Hey everybody, welcome back to the preserves. You can only see my hands today because I got the camera up, if you know what I'm saying. And let me show you what we're getting at today. So I've already got a couple of these mounted up, and what we're going to be building today is a 8, 16, and 4 ohm dummy load. And so I've already gone ahead and drilled up my chassis and got my switch installed for my 8 and 16, and my jack for my 8 and 16, and my jack for my 4 ohm load. So basically what we're doing here is these 4 right here are going to be for my 8 and 16 ohm dummy load. I've got 2 more right here, 8 ohm 100 watt resistors. And what we're doing is we're just putting some thermal paste on the bottom of these. I've already drilled everything out, got it all all put in here. This one was kind of weird. I had to flip it around the other way, or else they'd all have been lined up the same direction like this, so that they would all be, you know, in line with each other. And so basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna wire all these up so they are in their respective loads. This will be the 8 and 16 ohm jack. This will be the 4 ohm jack. And so what we're doing is we're just putting some thermal paste on the back of these and spreading it out. So let me show you how we're doing that. I'll zoom you in right here, and we just give some gobs of thermal paste like that. Yeah, set that up on an angle so it doesn't and then I just take this little spreader that came with a different kind. It comes with this kind, and this stuff is really messy. This stuff's a little bit thicker, and so I used that stuff on the first 2, and it got everywhere. So we're just using this MX6 Arctic. Yeah, so. And then what I do is I just go ahead and smush it and spread it just like so. Smush and spread. This stuff's a lot less messy. I like it a lot more. The other stuff was quite the mess. It just went all over the place. So once you got it all spread out like this, you just take your edge of your spreader and just spread her out as evenly as possible. Like so. And what this is going to do, it's going to help dissipate some of that heat, and because this will get hot. And then that's pretty much how you do that. I'll bring it back when I'm getting ready to wire these up, and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to wire them up. So that's where we're at with that. Let me get the rest of this done, and I'll bring you back.
I'm in the one-room apartment located in the basement under the Polish National Church. It used to be a club, and then a mental health outpatient clinic.
All right, so we're over here. We've got our wires tinned up.
When me and the big fat lead singer from Canned Heat finish up an afternoon.
And what we're going to do is we're going to wire these 2 up like this, and these two up like that. But I think I had the wires mixed up. Yeah, that one and then that one.
I can't help but wonder.
So
Jimbo and his wife had their baby, who had been sleeping next to us, but has since fallen onto the floor.
just get it in there.
Back and forth. And what about chicken pussy? Is it enticing? I mean, what's the story? Me and the guy from Can Heat climb into a nondescript four-door sedan.
And just solder her up.
And around the sleepy suburban neighborhood. I can't help but notice all the beautiful pine trees that are found. I see all the housewives through their kitchen windows making dinner for their husbands.
That one there.
Just around this time.
Oh, we ain't quite soldered up, are we?
To feel cheap. Is this the fulfillment of fantasy hoped for?
Also related to the wild caught. Now I want to tell you something about a cat by the name of Bobby Service.
There we go. Seen it soaked through. All right, we're good now. So we do that. Let me show you.
Gonna drive out of town. Gonna rent me a rental car. Get the hell out of town. Gonna rent me a rental car. Gonna turn my life around. Let's make it convertible. Let's put.
And this one will go to here.
Gonna wake up in the morning. Gonna get on with the crack of dawn. No way I can sleep today. Got too much rum.
We'll solder that up.
Birds in the fireplace and cigarettes on the fireplace. The don't find all the cable. The cold drinks on the table.
Dang it. We'll have to get those balls of solder out of there.
You know it's on the move. I need a beach around the
There we go. Seen her soaked through. Now we're nice and solid. Let me get that balls of solder out of here. And the next one is we go from here to here.
Cause just like lemon juice, I love the way you go down so slow. Alcohol on the floor of the rental car, please don't ride in the groove. Maybe I've been too old for this, but I don't know what else to do.
Uh-oh. Let's go from this side, huh?
Look at his face. Is this an album cover? Oh, this is Alviro.
Oh, they call it Bong Water. That's the name of the name. Yeah. Bong Water. Oh yeah. I never heard of. I never heard of that. I never heard of that. I never heard of. I never heard of that. I never heard of a. I never heard of. I never heard of that. Heard of. I never heard of a band. A band with that name. No. Bong Water. No, Bong Water. That's the name of that.
There we go.
Band, huh? Yep, the name of the band.
That's what I'm talking
The name
about.
of the band is Bong Water. Bye-bye.
Get our little. We'll tuck that in afterwards.
Hi. Glad you called. Guess what I'm doing right now? That's right. I'm walking along Hollywood Boulevard. All I hear are people around me asking each other, who's here? Who's here? But we know there aren't any stars out here. You know what I'd like right now? That's right. Chocolate cake with ice cream.
All right. Got it in there.
Palm trees are swaying wildly around us, and the sky grows darker and darker. People are all running out in the streets, some in terror, some in wonderment, most confused. You and I, we watch the funnel clouds hypnotically inch toward the ground and upon touchdown turn into atomic mushroom clouds and explode. A few spectators applaud. Scared shitless, we duck into the Spanish pavilion, but it's remarkably unremarkable. There's nothing much to do, so we go downstairs.
All right, got her in there.
That's right. Nude and lingerie-clad girls are having a pose-a-thon. Guess what I do? That's right. I throw caution to the wind and peel off my girdle and take my place on the red vinyl ottoman that stands in the middle of the lobby. The walls are covered in full-length mirrors.
There we go.
You have to admit this.
That one in, that one in.
Then I think
And
to myself,
so we've gone.
is it politically correct to even be here? I mean, look what happened.
So basically what we've done is we've gone from this one
Then I
to
decide,
this one,
oh, to hell with it.
and from this one to this terminal. Now we connect
And Jeff, a famous balding actor, famous for his tattooed rebel
these two
robe,
terminals
sitting
and
down,
these two terminals.
fast, sullen, and intense.
And let me get some wire ready to do that, and I'll bring you back. All right, so my camera cut out. Let's go over what we did real quick so we can see. I ran out of space on my card. So basically, I didn't realize it because I was soldering. But so basically, we ran this wire, jumped it to this side, and then run it to our sleeve of this one. Then we ran our red wire from here to this one, and then up to the tip of this. And then we run this one to the middle of our switch. Let me zoom you in. We've run this one to the middle of our switch, and then our switch to the tip, and then down to this one, and then this one goes through and comes to here on this one. And then we ran a jumper from here to our sleeve of our jack, and then this one just comes through and goes to here, and our switch goes from here to here. So let's show you where we're at with our, this is going to be our 4 ohm load. Yeah, let me zoom you out a little bit so you can see my multimeter. And we'll get our sleeve, and we'll show you. We'll just turn this on, and this is our 4 ohm load, yeah? And then we'll move our leads over, or we'll move this over to this one. This is in this position over here on our switch is our 8 ohm load. Let's zoom you in for that just a little bit. That's our 8 ohm load over on this side. And then we switch it over, and we get our 16 ohm load on this side of the switch. So now essentially what we've got is this is our heat sink. We've got thermal paste underneath all of this. We've got standoffs on the bottom so it sits up a little bit from the bench because this will heat up. And then basically we could just use this as a dummy load when testing amplifiers. So yeah, pretty simple, easy to do. I put a little piece of tape on this because this was super close to touching this, and I just didn't want any shorts or whatever when we were testing. So yeah, that is about the size of it. I just took a extra 1/4-inch jack that I have a few of laying around, and to do the testing to make sure we were good to go. And so now we just need to label this up for our 8 and 16 ohm jacks for this, and then this is our 4 ohm load. So yeah, I'll show you how I label stuff. And so I just pull out this thing right here, and I'll just go 8 and then space it way out, and we'll go 16 and then we'll space it way out and we'll do 4, and then I'll just hit print on this, and then I'll print it out, and then I'll just clip those out and stick them on each one of those things. Just like so. You got your 8, your 16, and your 4 ohm jack on this side, and that's about the size of it. I mean, yeah, pretty simple. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Peace.